Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Emily Brown in for Brooklyn Hine. Well, it's been another weekend of clashes in Minneapolis, prompting the administration to place more than 1,000 active duty soldiers on standby for a possible deployment. A new CBS News poll shows many Americans think ICE agents are being too tough in stopping and detaining people. CBS News' Ian Lee is in Minneapolis with the latest.
As protests in the streets of Minneapolis pit pro-ICE demonstrators against anti-ICE demonstrators, a U.S. defense official tells CBS News 1,500 active duty soldiers are on standby in Alaska for possible deployment to Minneapolis. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz also has the state's National Guard on standby to support, quote, the rights of all who assemble peacefully. On Sunday's Face the Nation, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey expressed concern over the presence of ICE agents.
We are doing everything possible to keep the peace, notwithstanding this occupying force that has quite literally invaded our city. I mean, we've got 600 cops in the city of Minneapolis, and we're talking about 3,000 plus ICE agents and border control that have come in. They're not making our city safer.
Tensions have steadily escalated since the death of Renee Good, who was shot and killed by an ICE agent on January 7th. On Sunday's Face the Nation, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem defended the actions of ICE in Minneapolis and blamed instances of violence on Mayor Frey and Governor Walz.
Because the mayor and the governor have allowed this kind of violence to be perpetuated across Minneapolis is why there's other innocent people that are impacted throughout the city, but throughout their state as well.
All of this comes as a new CBS poll indicates the public is growing increasingly concerned about ICE's recent actions in U.S. cities. The poll finds 61% of those surveyed say ICE is being too tough when stopping and detaining people, up from 56% in November. Ian Lee, CBS News, Minneapolis.
A U.S. defense official says President Trump has not yet decided whether to deploy soldiers to Minneapolis. Well, a truck crashed into the wall of a North La Crosse home last night. The accident happened around 10 p.m. near the McDonald's on George Street. According to the La Crosse Police Department, the driver accelerated excessively and lost control of their vehicle. No injuries were reported and no arrests were made. And due to the cold weather advisory, the city of La Crosse will open the Emergency Warming Center tomorrow. The center at 713 St. James Street will be open from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. A free bus will leave the downtown transit center at 7:42 a.m. for those needing transportation, plus a free bus leaving St. James and Caledonia at 12:25 p.m. back downtown. A local group called WIN is also stepping in to offer a warm, welcoming place for those in need. The group served over 55 people at Bridges United Methodist Church earlier this afternoon, giving guests a chance to get out of the cold, grab a meal, and connect with support services.
I think it's especially important now that the library is closed on Sunday to have a place where the community can gather and where people can come in and stay warm and have a bite to eat. The temperatures are bitterly cold out.
The Warming Center is open every Sunday from 1 to 4 p.m. until the end of February and will be open tomorrow for MLK Day from 1 to 4.
Yeah, we got the alert day conditions going into tonight for tomorrow morning for the dangerous cold, and it's really the wind chill factor this time around than actual temperature that'll be the factor. We're looking at wind chills potentially 20 to 30, and it won't improve much even after noon, although it won't be as bad going into the afternoon. Overall, still very cold for Monday. Now, right now, we do have some snow out there, some blowing snow a little bit, but otherwise it's still cold. We're looking up at the teens to single digits. The winds have not picked up as much east of the river. It's more probably west of the river. These are your feel-like temperatures right now. You see wind chills west already getting into that 10 to 15. There's light snow, snow showers, flurries. As for winds, There's a little bit of wind out there, but you got to go further west towards Austin, Mason City, where you're seeing some snow and blowing snow going on too. If we look at radar right now, roads for the most part are okay. We do have a little bit of light snow further north or south, to La Crosse, to Dakota, if I say it right, Decorah, Viroqua, and then further north as we go, we still have some snow going on right now, just light snow. Once again, the winds will pick up, so the blowing and drifting will likely become more of a factor, but still some slick roads overall, probably throughout the night. Now, we still have more cold this week. We have more snow. In fact, we might actually get close to some record cold by the time we get to next weekend too. So it is the coldest time of the year for January, so you'd kind of expect this at this time of point.
Going to be breaking records,
Yep.
it sounds like. All right, thanks, Greg. Well, couples gathered at the La Crosse Center today for the 2026 La Crosse Wedding Expo. Attendees could meet and even book wedding vendors, including photographers, caterers, and various venues. Organizers say it's a great way for couples to get inspired for their big day.
A lot of emails, a lot of calls can happen, but that interaction that they get face-to-face with their vendor, the people that they'll be actually meeting with and utilizing for their big day, is really important. And I think that's a benefit for both sides, for businesses and for couples.
The expo featured around 75 vendors. Still to come, Trump's next move in his mission to take over Greenland, why some European countries are being penalized.
Working with Maxwell White was amazing. They were professional, answered all of my questions.
I give Maxwell White my highest possible recommendation. Maxwell White did a fabulous job on our shower.
5-star plumbing service done right.
At Top Dog Retreat in West Salem, your pup isn't just boarded, they're pampered. From tail wagging daycare to cozy overnight stays, we treat every dog like our own. Safe, clean, and full of fun. Book today at booktopdog.com. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
We are very fortunate to have our mom in our lives. We rely on Medicaid to pay for her long-term care. When I learned that it might be cut, I met with Representative Van Orden. He promised that he would never cut Medicaid. He even signed this letter. Then he turned around and he voted for the largest Medicaid cut in history. It's absolutely devastating. We need to tell Congressman Van Orden, stop raising our health care costs.
No matter where I seat my guests, they seem to like the kitchen best. A kitchen's the heart of the home. It should be warm and welcoming. It should be attractive and functional. But it can be a real challenge unless you come here where you can meet with a designer, find all of the products that you need, and trust the project to our carpenters, plumbers, and electricians. For kitchens, bathrooms, and other home improvements, put your trust in the Board Store Home Improvements. Contact us today.
At Top Dog Retreat in West Salem, we've got it all. Playful daycare, cozy overnight boarding, and a boutique full of treats, toys, and gear. Your pup gets love, care, and plenty of tail-wagging fun, and you get peace of mind. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
Here at Maxwell White, we know how valuable your time is. From issues with your hot water to slower clogged drains, our team is always on time with friendly service and solutions you can trust. Don't wait. Contact Maxwell White. Plumbing done right.
Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
Ambassadors from the EU held an emergency meeting today after U.S. President Trump announced new tariffs on 8 European countries that oppose the U.S. taking over Greenland. The EU is one of the U.S.'s largest trade partners. Jen Sullivan is tracking how the latest conflict could impact American consumers.
Tensions between the U.S. and European nations are rising after President Donald Trump announced a 10% tariff on 8 countries that oppose the U.S. taking over Greenland. Those tariffs will start February 1st and rise to 25% on June 1st until an agreement for the takeover is reached. The U.S. Treasury Secretary defending the U.S.'s actions on NBC's Meet the Press Sunday.
I believe that the Europeans will understand that this is best for Greenland, best for Europe, and best for the United States.
For months, Trump has insisted the U.S. should control Greenland. Its far north location makes it ideal for missile early warning systems and monitoring vessels in the region.
We need Greenland for national security.
Greenland is an autonomous territory of Denmark, which is a member of NATO. Any American military move on Greenland could trigger Article 5 of the NATO treaty, which says an armed attack on one NATO territory is an attack on all.
Nobody in Europe is backing down their full support for Greenland and Denmark in this case.
The threat of tariffs is infuriating many of America's closest allies.
Obviously, I don't agree with that.
The EU is one of the U.S.'s biggest trade partners.
This is something which will be very costly to the U.S.
Trump didn't say if the tariffs were on top of current levies. An added 10% tariff on European imports could drive up prices for many products, like pharmaceuticals, cars, auto parts, wine, and food. And those costs would likely be paid by U.S. consumers. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
Still to come, one airline's major change, not flying with passengers. We'll have more on the decision reversal right after the break.
And it's going to be a very cold weekend ahead. We do have some improvement with temperatures, but it's going to be a below average week with some more snow. We'll break all that down coming up on your First One Weather Update after the break.
This Monday, one day only, earn a 20-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $30. That's a 20-cent fuel saver for every $30 you spend in-store and online. Monday only, and only at Hy-Vee.
The Menards Bag Sale is here. Get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag. How much will you save? Finish up your projects or even get date night started. You're not going to want to miss this. Hurry in while there's still time to see how much you can fit in the bag. Don't miss this chance to save big at Menards. Get 15% off everything you can fit in the bag.
Save big money at Menards.
Welcome to Black River Furniture and Cabin Outlet. Shop our huge selection of upholstery by Ashley, Catnapper, and Best Home Furnishings. Sleep better with our selection of double-sided, hybrid, or all-foam mattresses. Adjustable bases and bedroom sets available. Set your dining room up with a new table, chairs, bar stools, or counter height available. Throw it on a rug to complete any room. Scatters, 5x8s, 8x10s, and more. No gimmicks, no corporate hassles. Open 7 days a week. Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
New year, new energy, and downtown La Crosse is serving the reset. Start strong at District 901 Gym, where bold murals, big lifts, and serious motivation make sweating feel powerful. Just down the street, Larson's General brings everyday wellness to life with skincare, olive oils, and refillable favorites that are good for you and the planet. Get moving together at VRO Fit, where high-energy group workouts build strength, confidence, and community. Treat yourself at State Street Salon and Spa, because a fresh year deserves a little glow up. Fuel your day at Free Range Exchange with fresh grab-and-go options and handcrafted drinks that make healthy easy. And when it's time to slow down, Brilliant Bodywork delivers calm, comfort, and a full reset. This January, refresh your routine and explore more businesses in our Refresh and Wellness Guide at lacrossedowntown.com.
This Monday, one day only, earn a 20-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $30. That's a 20-cent fuel saver for every $30 you spend in-store and online. Monday only, and only at Hy-Vee.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Any new military recruits who are HIV positive cannot begin their initial training, at least for now. A federal appeals court has ordered a pause in a lower court ruling that allowed HIV positive applicants to serve their country. A study found that between 1990 and 2024, more than 11,000 service members were diagnosed with HIV among active duty, National Guard, and Reserve forces. These individuals only tested positive after they joined the military. Rebranding the Department of Defense to the Department of War could cost millions. The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office estimates a price tag of $10 to $125 million. The CBO says the range is large because the Pentagon didn't provide details of its plans. The name change stems from an executive order in September. President Donald Trump threatened to sue CBS News if an interview he conducted with the network's evening news anchor was edited. The tape interviewed The tape interview with anchor Tony Dokoupil aired last Tuesday. The New York Times reports after the interview ended, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt approached Dokoupil and went on to say if it is not in full, the president will sue. Back in 2024, the president sued CBS over the editing of a 60 Minutes interview. A reversal from a major North American airline. WestJet is now canceling its new seat layout on its aircraft. WestJet, Canada's second largest carrier, says it's added an extra row of seats to nearly 24 aircraft in October, claiming it would help bring down ticket prices. The reconfiguration removed about 2 inches of space between rows, which wasn't flying with lots of passengers. WestJet will now remove those added seats.
Can having an airplane seat that tight be dangerous in an emergency?
It certainly stands to reason that if you decrease the amount of space between the seats, it's going to make it more difficult to someone to get out in the event of an emergency.
Now, WestJet doesn't have a timeline for when the work will be completed. Well, a bitterly cold weekend. We've got more where that came from this week. Let's send it over to Greg.
Yeah, definitely. We got some of the coldest air we'll likely see all year, and this is the time when you would expect it to. The end of January to early February on average is the coldest part of the year, so it's going to come to fruition this week. Tonight we got the wind chill factor. That's going to be the issue more than anything else once the blowing and drifting of the snow ends, as the temperatures plummet back into the single digits below zero, which is not uncommon for January, but it's going to be the wind that's going to remain overnight and keep those wind chills all the way down to the 30 below, and that's why the alert day is until noon, although the entire day will still be cold. The cold weather advisory, depending on location, either goes from 9 a.m. to noon, basically because of the wind chill factor. It gets above 25 at certain different points. But if you expose skin at this temperature, can be frostbite in about 30 minutes or less. Now, we do have winter weather advisories and special weather statements. This is all for the blowing and drifting. A lot more blowing and drifting as you go further west in Minnesota, as you get higher in elevation. Those exposed areas out there, you can see it. We can see spotty areas around our area, and then further to the southeast is where they got more accumulating snow too. Accumulation maybe up to 1 or 2 inches, depending on location. It's very light and fluffy, so there's some areas that likely could get a little bit more than that too, but the blowing and drifting issue too. This is all to about midnight or so. Overall, radar doesn't pick up a lot of this light snow. It's just very light. So it is snowing pretty much all across the area. The other ones that you note right here is a little bit of a band that's picking up where it's a little bit more intense or coming down a little bit higher rate. Those are your wind chills right now. Notice a lot of them are far below zero as you go further west, because that's where the wind has definitely picked up. You can see wind speeds there, 29 Mankato, 30 down to Mason City, but they haven't quite got east of the river yet. So we got a few more hours before we're going to start seeing it. You can see Preston already picking up. So that blowing and drifting east of the river is probably going to happen in about another hour and go pretty much throughout the nighttime. And that's why roads could still be an issue all the way through morning commute due to that drifting issue. Here's the precipitation. There's this little bit of a convective band almost setting up along this push of cold air coming. That'll come through, I think, about 7 to 8. That could provide an opportunity for some visibility down to about 1 mile or 2 miles as it pushes east. Beyond that, it's going to be a lot of flurry activity or snow showers until about midnight, and then partial clearing too as we go throughout the morning time. Not entirely clear, but overall the temperatures are going to get colder. Now, if we had less wind, we'd like to see these temperatures a little bit colder, but the wind does help to keep it up. Fortunately, that wind also results in wind chills too. Tomorrow's highs, you'll be lucky to get above zero for a lot of areas. Most areas will probably stay below. We didn't see it there, but really it's going to be about -1 to about 1. Here's your wind chills right now. Overall, we'll start seeing them get pretty close to 20 to 25 as we get closer to midnight. Tomorrow morning, there you are, 25 to 30. Once again, this goes up and down, very fluctuates, so this is what it could be at this point. And then throughout the morning, 25 to about 30, but then I think by noon, a lot of areas will be then in that 20 to 25 or even a little bit warmer than that. In the afternoon, we'll be in that 10 to 15 below, so not as bad, but still very cold out there with the wind continuing. The winds will die down going into Tuesday night, so the temperatures and the apparent temperatures won't be much of a difference for the wind chill, given that the winds won't be as strong. Still cold, but not quite as cold as Monday. Tuesday's high, the good news is we're going to come back up after we see some lows that potentially could be colder. Once again, 5 to 10 below in some of the areas further north. 15 to 20 because the winds are going to be lighter, and with fresh snow you could get a little colder Monday. The wind chills just won't be as bad. Tomorrow, Tuesday, we're back up to the teens. The winds turn around because we have some more snow coming. That'll be Tuesday night as you see a batch come through there. followed by more activity than diving south through Wednesday. So we'll have more snow in the picture, maybe another 1 to 3. But notice the temperatures towards the end of the work week and the weekend. Yeah, 17 below going into Saturday, and there are likely going to be areas that are going to be close to 25 to 30 below actual temperature going into the weekend, which could get close to record level in some areas. So. Yeah. It's January cold, and we got it this year.
Smile like this right now. This is just gonna smile through it. But hey, everyone, get those turtlenecks out. Do you have a turtleneck at home?
I don't like it. I get too warm.
We are full heavy into turtleneck season. All right, coming up next in sports, an update from the NFL playoffs. Plus, hear from the Wisconsin Badgers as they picked up their straight win yesterday afternoon. Kate is in next with sports.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
The 4-day sale starts Friday at Home Furniture. Find special savings throughout the showroom and get BOGO deals on recliners, rugs, stools, and more. Plus 3-year special financing. The 4-day sale ends Monday at Home Furniture.
I'm Jordan Rudolph, and I'm the owner of Unity Fitness. As our mission to serve and help have a positive influence on so many people, we can't thank you enough for having our back and helping us spread that mission forward into helping more people in the area.
Thank you so much for trusting us with your goals and for 10 years of support.
We view people as more than a before and after.
We're in your corner through the ups and the downs that life has to offer because we know that they'll happen.
To see if you're the right fit for us or if we're the right fit for you, head over to unityfitnesspro.com today.
Winter can actually be the perfect time to replace those old drafty windows. Nothing will keep you more comfortable in your home during the winter than new windows. And our certified master installers are highly trained experts that will install your new windows properly while reducing exposure to outside elements. We'll take out your old window and place in your new window in less than 5 minutes on average. Ask how your winter installation can save you money and make you more comfortable in your home.
Home Sleep Express presents Avocado, handcrafted mattresses made with organic materials. Right now, pay no interest for 5 years. Plus, get free white glove delivery, setup, and a 120-night guarantee when you spend $12.99. Avocado organic mattresses at Home Sleep Express.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
Well, after a bit of a slump, the Wisconsin Badgers are heating up. From the end of November to January 3rd, the Badger men are just 4-4 and looked like a very average basketball team. But fast forward to today, Wisconsin is now on a 4-game winning streak, including a big road win against, at the time, second-ranked Michigan. They look like a completely different team with improvements in all areas on the court.
I think, honestly, it's a lot of internal things that we've really improved on. Obviously, we're making shots, and that helps us look a lot better, and we're getting wins. But I think internally, every night, our mindset's kind of flipped ever since that game to a more aggressive team, a more at-you team, rather than kind of taking that first blow, getting on our heels early. I think on the flip side, we're kind of delivering that, and we're getting teams on their heels first.
I think, individual player development and team improvement, is still important, and it's vital. I mean, and that's what we've always strived towards, is can we get better as the season goes on?
Now, you can't win a championship in January. The only thing you can do is stack wins and build that resume for the NCAA tournament. Next up for the Badgers, Thursday on the road against Penn State, who was just 1-8 in their last 9 games. Then back to Madison for 3 straight home games to close out the month. How about a check on the NFL playoffs? Yesterday's games were complete opposites. Early in the day, the Broncos and Bills would go into overtime, where it was Denver getting the game-winning field goal. But awful news following that one, as it was announced their starting quarterback, Bo Nix, fractured a bone in his ankle and will miss the remainder of the season. Then at night, the Seattle Seahawks would make a statement as they destroyed the 49ers 41-6. And in today's games, it was a turnover fiesta in New England. 5 turnovers for the Texans, and that was the difference maker as the Patriots won 28-16. And tonight, kicking off just moments ago, the Chicago Bears hosting the LA Rams. I'll have more from that one tonight at 10. And you have to check this out. Yesterday evening, the Holman wrestling team just wrapped up a tournament win at Weston High School when they noticed a car in the ditch. Despite working hard all day long, the boys built up enough energy to help pull the car out of the ditch. Now, it turned out that when they went to help out the car, it was one of their own assistant coaches, but it was still an amazing deed, and maybe they'll have to run one less lap this week as they saved their coach a bit of a tow bill. The senior manager on the team said it was definitely a day they'll never forget. We'll have a final check on your forecast after the break.
A geothermal system from Water Source is consistently comfortable for your home. Not only does our system keep your entire home at a consistent temperature, it helps reduce dust and pollen to improve indoor air quality. Contact Water Source Heating and Cooling today and feel the consistently comfortable difference.
I used to think all money managers were the same, but Fisher Investments is different.
How different are they really?
Fisher's investment counselors are dedicated to service, not sales, and they reach out proactively.
They probably invest in a bunch of mutual funds like other money managers.
No, they build a tailored portfolio based on your personal goals, needs, and more.
Well, they probably have a complex fee structure.
No, Fisher has a transparent fee that's a percentage of your portfolio.
So we do better when you do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
You're thinking about new windows and doors. I've been thinking about new windows and doors for over 40 years. You're thinking about the best window at the best price. I'm thinking about the best window at the best price for you. The best quality, installed by professional installers at a fair price. If you're planning new windows and doors, you owe it to yourself to contact the Board Store Home Improvements for a prompt free estimate. You'll be glad you did. Contact us today.
We're an implant-focused practice. I think the advantage of a father-daughter practice is, I've been at this for 30 years now. I learned things that worked well and things that didn't work so well.
And it was fun to be able to just jump in and kind of complement that. I feel like it made both of us stronger.
You don't expect it when you walk into a dental office. You don't expect the family aspect, but when you walk into our doors, we're going to give you that.
If you think you have a full mouth of challenges, come see us. Come down for a free consultation.
Geothermal from Water Source is consistently comfortable for your wallet. Save up to 70% on your heating and cooling costs. Geothermal lasts 40% longer than ordinary HVAC systems. Contact Water Source Heating and Cooling today and feel the consistently comfortable difference.
I expect the winds to really start picking up east of the river this evening. We're already starting to see it west, so blowing and drifting will keep the roads kind of dangerous all night long. The cold sets in Monday. We have more snow Tuesday night into Wednesday. A slight improvement in temperatures, but look towards the weekend. It gets even colder.
Get all those turtlenecks out, everyone. Wash them, dry them, have them ready hanging. All right, thanks for joining us.